Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. WWE Royal Rumble is less than a week away now. Got your questions here from spring.me/Aaron Rift. And yes, that is the place to submit questions for NoDQ&A video. I still get asked often, where do you submit questions for NoDQ&A video? Spring.me/Aaron Rift. With that being said, let's get down to it here. First one today comes from CM Bucks. Hey Aaron, with the removal of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, do you see WWE using it as a match stipulation for a pay-per-view? Thanks. Absolutely. I definitely feel we will see the Elimination Chamber again at some point. It would be ridiculous for WWE not to have that match again at some point. The Elimination Chamber absolutely means something when you do it right, when it has value. It lost value when the Elimination Chamber match was part of a themed pay-per-view where WWE had an Elimination Chamber match for no good reason other than the fact that they have a pay-per-view called Elimination Chamber and therefore they're obligated to have an Elimination Chamber match. To me, it's best to use those matches when it can advance a storyline. And I talked about this before. I feel that WWE should eliminate, no pun intended, the themed pay-per-views, including Elimination Chamber and Money in the Bank and Hell in a Cell, especially Hell in a Cell. I just feel that the themed pay-per-views aren't working, and these matches should not happen merely as an obligation because they're themed pay-per-views and people expect to see those matches at the pay-per-views they're named after. I much prefer Elimination Chamber happening when there's a good storyline reason to do it. And I do expect at some point we will see that match again. All right, this one comes from Live Life Loudly. Hey Aaron, it seems to me that a lot of fans are overlooking one of the most obvious potential winners of the Rumble this year, The Undertaker. I know you don't personally want him to wrestle again, but do you think the WWE might have him face Brock again? I highly doubt that we will see Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar again. You could, I guess, do that storyline where The Undertaker shocked everybody and came back at the Royal Rumble and won it and challenged Brock Lesnar for the WWE title as his retirement match. But it doesn't seem to me like that is in the cards for this year. I think if Undertaker was going to come back and have one more match, you could build it up as the retirement match for The Undertaker. You would also put him in the Hall of Fame. And since Randy Savage is in the Hall of Fame as the headliner, Undertaker is clearly not going in this year unless WWE is crazy, because I don't think that Undertaker and Savage should be sharing the top spot in the Hall of Fame. It should be one guy and then the other guy the next year. I don't know. I don't really feel Undertaker should wrestle again. I suppose if he was, Undertaker maybe retiring as WWE Champion by beating Brock Lesnar, I guess that would be an okay story, but to me, that would be a mistake. Brock Lesnar should not lose to The Undertaker after beating him at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar should be putting over the next big star in WWE, and I've been talking about that for months now, and whether it's Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar, him beating The Undertaker and ending the streak, that should be used to help get over somebody, not have Undertaker beat Brock Lesnar when Undertaker is going to be retiring anyways. Just doesn't make sense to me, and I would be very surprised if that was the storyline that played out for WrestleMania. All right, this one comes from Chris Ramos 720. Hey, first time asker. If Brock Lesnar has a title match at WrestleMania, do you think The Undertaker will interfere and cost Brock to get revenge on him? I personally don't think that he should fight this year, but this gets him an appearance. The problem with that is if Undertaker shows up at WrestleMania and interferes, people are going to want to see Undertaker wrestle. If Undertaker's at WrestleMania, they want to see him get in the ring. They don't want to see him do a run-in. And also kind of make Undertaker look weak, don't you think, to be bitter about losing at WrestleMania, so he has to interfere in Brock Lesnar's match. Not a very good guy, babyface type of thing to do, to interfere in the match, and that's his only appearance, and there's no further match. Doesn't make any sense to me to have that play out. If Undertaker's going to be at WrestleMania, he needs to be in a match, or he goes into the Hall of Fame and maybe makes an appearance when they do that Hall of Fame segment when they have all the guys come out on the stage. But beyond that, Undertaker should not be at WrestleMania. All right, this one comes from Leon York 1. Hello, Aaron. I like TNA's ending on Destination America, but in the long run, I am disappointed that we are getting another heel faction. But with that said, don't you think that WWE as well has an annoying tendency to use heel factions and authority figures? Absolutely. I criticize TNA for doing the heel factions to death, but, same thing can be said about WWE. Absolutely. The authority, it has been so played out. It should have been done at Survivor Series, but it was brought back. We all knew Triple H was going to be back for WrestleMania. It was obvious. But the fact that they were only gone for a month, and it's basically a repeat of the same exact storyline, going back to 2013, a year and a half ago almost now, where Triple H and Stephanie are running things that people are getting fired and all these things going on. Same thing that we saw a year and a half ago, and more or less the same thing we've seen for years now, going back to John Laurinaitis as the head, going back to Vince McMahon in charge and Shane McMahon and Eric Bischoff back in the brand extension period when he was the general manager. It's just been the same storyline over and over again with the authority figures. I don't think WWE's been as bad as TNA when it comes to the factions, but certainly, the whole heel authority figure, it's been done to death, and WWE really needs to think outside the box and come up with other storylines and just do something different, because it needs to stop for a while. All right, got this question here from GTFO. It's Dave. Do you feel that the Ascension is losing value with the fans due to the fact that week in and week out they are wrestling local wrestlers instead of getting involved with the actual WWE Tag Team division? I personally don't see a problem with them beating enhancement talent. That was the old way that things were done, where you would develop stars by having them, go on a winning streak against enhancement talent. Not really a big issue with that, doing that every once in a while. WWE did it with Ryback a couple of years ago. I was fine with that. It's just a matter of building them up, and you want to protect the babyface tag teams that you have. The problem is that WWE doesn't have that many tag teams to begin with, and that's one of the big issues. They're very light when it comes to tag teams. You have the Usos, and you don't really have a whole lot of other teams, especially babyface tag teams. You have Miz and Mizdow, they're technically heels. You have Goldust and Stardust, they're heels. You have Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, they're heels. The Ascension are heels. So, there's not a whole lot of babyface tag teams. I guess the New Day, but do we really want to see Ascension versus New Day? I don't know if I want to see it, although, Ascension can run through those guys for all I care and then go on to the Usos. But in time, they'll be put against the stiffer competition. And I don't really think that that's the main problem. I think the main problem with the Ascension is that people are seeing them as a knockoff of those old tag teams that they mentioned, LOD and Demolition, Powers of Pain, and that's the problem, portraying them as knockoffs in the commentary, JBL burying them, saying that, they haven't proven anything. I think the Ascension need to be given their own identity and not seen as knockoffs, and, they'll be able to, gain some momentum in WWE, because right now, it does seem like they're going nowhere, but I would not attribute that to them facing enhancement talent. All right, got another question here from I am AUVINEN. What did you think about that Cena comment? I'm going to take the title and go home, and then you would not have a champion on this show. Brock Lesnar already did that. I thought that was an absolutely terrible line. Just proof right there that the WWE creative team does not think things out very thoroughly when it comes to the writing of the shows and thinking about the storylines from, basically a month ago when Brock Lesnar was not on television. The guy was gone for 3 months, no champion. So for John Cena to come out and threaten to win the title and then take the title home so there's no champion, just completely absurd. Does WWE really feel that fans have forgotten that Brock Lesnar was gone for 3 months? It's either it's either the creative team is dumb or they feel that the WWE audience is dumb and doesn't remember things from 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Could be a combination of both. In fact, it's probably a combination of both. In my opinion, I would say that, WWE creative team, they're clueless, but at the same time, they feel they can just do whatever. They feel it's WWE, it's lowbrow entertainment. The wrestling fans, the WWE fans aren't that intelligent, so they're not going to complain too much, or they will complain and keep watching. So that's their attitude, in my opinion. So yeah, it is what it is, and you just got to deal with it. All right, that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube.com/NoDQ&AV. Tell a friend about No DQ&A video. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com. We got you covered with Royal Rumble, breaking news, rumors, and of course, live results coverage the day of the Royal Rumble. And I'll be tweeting. I'll be doing all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for all that, and I will see you guys next time.